Hey guys, so today's video I kind of wanted to show you guys the craziness of being a nursing student during the COVID-19 crisis that's going on right now. I want to start off by saying that in no way am I don't know how to put this, but like I'm not necessarily complaining about it because I do know that it's serious and there are people dying from it, and I think that we do need to take these precautions. I think it's important. But on the other hand, I do want to show y'all kind of like what a day in the life looks like of a student trying to cope with all of this, especially a nursing student, because our clinicals are canceled as of right now, and I think they're canceled through the rest of the semester, which really sucks because I was in my third semester or seventh semester. So I was kind of right there almost at the end. Like, this is like the semester of growth. Like, clinically, this is supposed to be the semester where like by the time you're done, like you feel like an RN, like you feel ready. Whatever. But yeah, so it does kind of suck that I'm not going to be getting that experience because of the shortage of PPE. There's my Amazon Alexa in the back. But anyway, because of the lack of PPE, pretty much all of the nursing students in my city have been advised to stay home as much as possible, which means no clinicals, don't go anywhere. The libraries are closed. Pretty much everywhere except for restaurants are closed, and anything that's deemed essential. I haven't been going out anywhere. I've literally just been doing my schoolwork. But anyway, so let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into what it actually looks like, because I don't think I was ready for it.
Okay, so I have moved over to like an electronic calendar. I had a paper calendar. I don't know if y'all have seen the video where I showed y'all, but I do have like a paper calendar where I wrote everything down. Not a calendar, a planner, where I wrote everything down. But I don't know, I just started thinking like, what if I did more of like a time blocking, like, I don't know. But here's how I kind of do it. So I found a little bit of a hack where if you create a bunch of calendars, you can like, this is almost kind of like my to-do list, because I thrive on to-do lists. Like, I have to have a list of like what I'm supposed to do for the day, because if not, like, I'm just not gonna get done what I need to get done.
Okay, so I'm sitting here editing this and I just realized I didn't even explain how I do the to-do list. So basically what you do is you create a bunch of calendars. So I have a calendar that's called completed, and the color of that calendar is gray. And then I have a calendar that's called to do, and the color of that calendar is that bright green color. So basically all you do is like anything you have to do, you'll click it and put it into you'll categorize it into the calendar that's called to do, and it'll turn it that bright green color. And you can create a bunch of different events, but really they're not events. Like, you're not going to have alerts that pop up on your phone or anything. Like, it's just a way to organize it, and it looks like that on the screen, but like it doesn't mess it up anywhere else. So they're like bright green until you complete them, and then you can click on them and switch them over to complete, and then they'll gray it out, and it's almost like a to-do list that gets crossed off. So that's like all that I was trying to say there.
So my schedule did get a little wonky because I had made this before. So like, this was our first week back from spring break, and this exam right here got pushed back an entire week because our whole entire school got switched to online while we were on spring break. We didn't get that extra week that I know a lot of other schools got to kind of like, and I think the extra week was more so for the teachers than it was for us, but my school didn't have that extra week, which kind of sucks because I have been able to see like just the stress that is like imposed on everyone, including the teachers. Like, I feel so bad for them because as a student, I feel like it's easy to transition to online life because a lot of what we do already is already online, besides going to clinicals and going to lecture. It's really like everything we do is like on our own anyway, or at least that's how I am. I know a lot of other people like to study together, but I'm not one of those people, so it doesn't really affect me. But I do know people who have to study together and study with other people
And so I do feel bad for them for not having that opportunity. But yeah, so anyway, let me get back to showing y'all my schedule.
So like this was the week of spring break. I like gave myself all these like once a day I had to do something. I pretty much slacked off the entire spring break and literally didn't do any of this, I don't think. But this was the week coming back, and so the way it happened for my school is Monday the 16th of March. We still had clinical, so I attended, actually, now that I think about it. Yes, okay, yeah, I was trying to think. So yeah, I attended this clinical. This was technically my first day in adult 2 in the hospital. So we went through that whole day, and then at the end of that day, it was kind of like up in the air because a bunch of other schools had canceled their clinicals and we're moving to an online format. And so we were like, okay, is our school gonna cancel? But we just kept getting emails. And that's the other thing, like the amount of emails, like all of these emails are just like piling in, and it's getting like crazy. Oh, not that. That is not what I was trying to show y'all. But yeah, so I ended up going both the days of my clinical, which I have to say I learned so much, and I'm really sad that we weren't able to continue. But also I was kind of happy just because I don't know, clinical can be really stressful, and especially for me on that, let's see, it was on Tuesday. I had a really rough clinical day, and I ended up having to have a sit down with my instructor and just, I don't know. So I feel like there was a lot of growth that was going to happen throughout this clinical, but that opportunity is not here anymore. And then my pediatrics clinical was on Wednesday, and I'm so sad that got canceled because that was like my favorite place ever. I absolutely loved my pediatrics clinical, but it got cut short 2 days, and or 2 weeks. We only go once a week to peds clinical, so like 2 separate clinicals got cut short, and I just like, I'm so mad about it. But so let me see here. Okay, yeah, that was spring break. We were supposed to have our pediatrics exam, and that got pushed back an entire week to Thursday. It is now Sunday the 29th, and tomorrow I actually have an adult 2 exam, which have moved on to like remote exams, so we take them at home, but we have like a system that proctors us like through our camera. I don't know how I feel about that, because like, I don't know, partially I feel like it's an invasion of privacy. Like it makes me feel uncomfortable to know that there's like, I don't know, someone watching me or something. I don't know, but I also know that it's kind of like what they have to do or whatever. But yeah, so like technically these lectures, I don't know if they're gonna continue with the lectures they were doing, because when this whole thing started out and we canceled our lectures, they moved on to doing online lectures, which if any of you guys are students during this whole thing, you probably have already been through an online lecture. The way my school did it is we had a live PowerPoint presentation by our instructor, and sometimes you would have like a video of them, and sometimes it was just their voice, but it was like live. Like we would log in, and all my classmates would be like on the side, and you could see who was there and who wasn't, and then you could type in the chat, you could like type questions, and if you wanted to, you could have your microphone on and you could talk, but like no one did that because I don't know. So yeah, and the PowerPoint would just kind of play, and it was literally just like having a live lecture like in person. I didn't mind it, but there were a lot of technical issues, which I think if we just ironed out the kinks, it could actually be really cool. My school wants us to dress business casual, and if I don't have to get dressed like that, I don't really want to. That's just me. So having class at home where no one can see you is like really nice for me. However, like I was saying, they had all these technical difficulties, and now we're doing what's called voiceover PowerPoints, where the instructor just has a PowerPoint, and I don't know how they do it. I guess they just like record while they're like on their computer, and they like click the slides. I don't know. They record their voice over a PowerPoint slide,
and then upload it onto our school's website thing, like our Canvas or Blackboard or whatever you guys use. We use Canvas, but I know different schools use different things. But we'll download it from there, and then we can listen to it and take notes. So yeah, voiceover PowerPoints for me have been really stressful because for some reason, like, I can't pay attention to them. I don't know, I just like zone out, and like I just feel like voices like drone on when it's not like a true like live presentation. Like, it just feels so monotone, and like, I don't know, like there's no interaction. I don't know, it's just like harder for me, but I know a lot of people really like it, especially because you can do it on your own time. You don't have to wake up or like clear your schedule to have a lecture at, like for example, our Adult 2 lecture was supposed to be from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. every single Friday, and then on Thursday it was 3 hours. So it's like 3 hours on Thursday, 4 hours on Friday. And now that they moved over to voiceover PowerPoints, you can just do the lectures whenever you want. You don't have to sit in a chair for 4 hours at the same time. Yeah, you can sleep in if you want. So that's a good part of it. But the workload has been crazy because you have to manage your time so good, because you don't have someone not forcing you, but like telling you, hey, there's a lecture at 1 p.m. until 4 and you have to do it now, and like that's when you're going to learn it. We don't have that anymore, so we kind of just have that option of like procrastinating, which is really dangerous because I am an avid procrastinator. As much as I don't want to be one, I am one, and yeah, I'm working on it, but I'm getting better. But it is like super stressful, especially when they put like on today. I already did everything, but like they had 3 separate assignments due to today. What time is it now? Technically at 11:55. It's 9 now, but I already finished them. But like, I usually do things like the day they're due, which is so bad, but I do. And no, but you have to time manage. So that's like one of the things about being online, like remote school, is like time management. But here's the thing everyone wants to know, I'm pretty sure. So how are clinicals going now? Am I going to graduate? Am I going to get my credit hours? Am I going to have to restart? Is there summer school? How is it going to work? So I don't know about other schools, but thank goodness for my school, we are not going to be held back. We are going to graduate on time as of right now. We're still going to take all of our ATI exams that were scheduled for the end of the semester. So for us, it's our med-surg and our pediatrics. I thought we were going to take a nutrition one, but I haven't heard anything about it, and I'm not going to ask because I don't want to bring it up and then have it turn into a conversation, and we do have to take it. So I'm just going to be quiet about that one. But yeah, so we still have our ATIs. I know that there's some other schools that are actually doing their ATIs next semester. So on top of all this ATIs, they were going to take like the following semester, they're going to add those on. So it's going to be like 4 or 5 ATI exams, which is like crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine having to do that. But at least they'll be more refreshed for NCLEX, I guess. But yeah, so we're on track. So how are we getting our hours? We have an online clinical simulation tool now. I have not had the opportunity to do it yet because there was, like I said, we didn't have that extra week to get everything like in order and in line. We just kind of like continued on after spring break, and we were going on as a lot of things were just up in the air. So that whole week that most schools had their week break, we were still doing school. We just got, I guess, I don't know. We didn't have clinical that day because obviously clinicals were canceled and they still hadn't had a program yet. So this upcoming week, so right now it's Sunday, tomorrow will be our official like online clinical day, and that will be on Monday and Tuesday. But the assignment's not due until Wednesday at 8 a.m. So, I mean, like, I'm just going to make sure I do the day 1 on Monday, day 2 on Tuesday, and turn it in Tuesday night. I'm not completely sure what it all entails yet because we have a test on Monday. We just had a test on Thursday. We had all these ATI assignments. Like, I've been busy for sure. We've had 2 quizzes already so far, like, just in, like, a 4-day span. And, like, yeah, so tomorrow morning we have an adult exam. After that exam, I'm going to sit down and do the rest of my clinical assignment, which luckily the first day, like our week 1, day 1, I guess you could say, of like online clinicals, that first day is just getting to know the system. So there's not an extensive assignment, I don't think. Tuesday, I think, is when we're actually going to take care of a patient. Again, like, what that really means, I don't know. And I really, really hope it's like equal to the experience we would have gotten in the hospital, because like I said, even though it was like uncomfortable, I think it was a time that I was gonna have a lot of growth and like come to realize a lot of things and like get that experience where I do truly feel like I'm making those decisions as an RN. So come graduation time, like, I really hope I'm prepared, because that is gonna be so stressful. I think. But yeah, so I don't know, that's pretty much like how life has been. Everything, I've just been sitting on my butt doing school, which like really sucks, because you don't have those 2 days, 2 or 3 days depending on your pediatrics clinical, but like where you're on your feet. Like, everything you do is sitting down on your butt. So yeah, my butt hurts, to be honest. But other than that, I mean, that everything's pretty much the same, just like online simulation, online tests, online lectures, online everything. Yeah. So that's what it's been like being a student during the COVID-19 crisis. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else that I could add. But if you are watching this, just make sure that you do take this seriously. I'm sure if you're a nursing student or nursing healthcare or something, like, you probably understand the impact that this has. But regardless, like, if you are watching, just make sure you stay home. Keep yourself and those around you safe. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching.
Alright, I lied to y'all. I wanted to show y'all one more thing before I actually leave. So like I was saying, like, the online lectures, like, they just aren't doing it for me. Like, I feel like I don't understand a lot of the concepts, and I usually am not one that turns to the book and starts reading, because I don't know, like, usually I don't retain information that way. I'm able to get the concept, like, kind of through the online, or not the online, like in the face-to-face lecture usually, so like I don't have to come to the book to understand it. But with this whole situation going on, I have found myself reading the book a lot more. And something I found really helpful that for some reason, like, I just had no idea of before, because I feel like I bring up this iPad a lot in my videos, but I have had this iPad since starting nursing school, and I use it a lot for my lectures. I think I've already showed you all that, but if you have the Apple Pencil, which mine is currently run away from me, I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere right here, but I'm not exactly sure, but I'll just show y'all the concept here. But so I found out if you put your Apple Books on your iPad, one, it's like easier to read, because I used to keep it on my laptop, and taking notes, I don't know why, but it was like so frustrating to me to read a book and like take notes on the same screen, because like maybe this is just a first world problem, but like I felt like the screen was super small, and like I don't know, but I dealt with it anyway. But once I figured out that I could actually put the books on here, I don't know what took me so long to figure out, but like I use the Apple Books app, and if it will click, there it goes, y'all can see I only have 3 books on here right now, which are just the 3 that I'm using this semester, and like for some reason it like doesn't want anything to do with me right now. But I just have a nursing diagnosis book, this is my OB and peds book, and then this is my med surg book. So right now, okay, yeah, it has no, okay, there it goes. Right now we're doing ABGs, So I actually came into the book, and what helped me was like using my Apple Pencil. You can actually use your hand too. So you actually don't even need an Apple Pencil for this. You can use your hand, and you can just like highlight whatever you need. I mean, that's obviously not how I would actually highlight, but just for like to show y'all can highlight, y'all can draw. I don't know why, y'all probably already know this, but like I didn't, so I feel like I need to show people. But yeah, so that is like what I've been doing, and then you gotta turn that off or else it'll draw when you're trying to switch the page. But yeah, I've just been highlighting and then like just kind of writing the key points of the paragraph like in little tidbits at the bottom, because if I don't, I just like, I don't know, like it's too wordy for me. Like I just lose my concentration really easily. Like easy reading, just like, I don't know, I can read a whole entire page and then get to this point and be like, wait a minute, wait, what did I just read? And I have to go back and read the whole thing, and that happens a lot. So yeah, but I found that like this method kind of helps a little bit. It's also cheaper to get these versions too. I know there's people that love to have like their own like version that they can like feel or whatever, and that's totally fine, but for me they just take up a lot of space, and I actually found this to be like a really good alternative, because I did consider getting the textbook after trying to work out the kinks on having it on the laptop. It is actually really difficult sometimes, and I would have a battle with myself. I'm like, okay, do I want to spend the money and get the actual textbook and like have to have the space to store it, or like do I just keep on keeping on with the electronic version? And yeah, so once I found this method, I don't know, it just like, it really helps. So if you haven't, I would try doing this method, and you can literally like, you can just airdrop the files that you have on your computer. You can airdrop them to your iPad, and then they will just automatically go into Apple Books. And if they don't, you can select like send to Apple Books or whatever. But that's really helpful. And so yeah, that's just ABGs. Another thing that I'll say has been helping me, and this has always helped me, but like this lady right here, her name is Registered Nurse RN on YouTube. She is like an angel. If you haven't already, go watch her videos, because I watched this video. I don't know if this is like allowed to like, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to shout her out, but like I'm gonna shout her out because she's so awesome. She takes nursing concepts and like I'll just click on her video, but I won't play it but she'll take nursing concepts and make them so simple and easy. And like she has so many videos. Like she has a video for like literally I literally don't know if I'm allowed to do this or not. I'm probably gonna get in trouble. But she has like videos for like literally everything. I don't know, just go type in her channel. If you're having trouble with something in nursing school, type in her channel. I will guarantee you she has a wonderful lecture that will make you understand it. And I'm not, like, I swear to y'all, I'm not getting paid or in any way or compensated in any way for saying that. It is literally just from the bottom of my heart. She is awesome. So for instance, like I was doing all this stuff for ABGs and like I did not get it. I was like, I do not understand how the heck I'm supposed to interpret this and understand if it's being fully compensated, partially compensated, whatever the heck. I was so confused. But I watched her video, and she teaches y'all a really cool method on like, she uses what's called like the tic-tac-toe method. I don't know, it's just super cool. But yeah, so no, she's literally awesome. And yeah, so that is how I've been able to get through this whole entire crisis without face-to-face lectures and something to like tell me when I have to do something, because it's hard. Like I'm a really good procrastinator. So anyway, this is my second time saying this because I always think of something else I want to tell y'all. But anyway, so this is the official end of the video, and I want to say thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far, because I can ramble a little bit, but I feel like, I don't know, it's just like, it's easy to just go off on a tangent about things you're passionate about, you know? Like, I'm really passionate about making sure, like, people know about this
this method on the iPad and like this lady on YouTube. I don't know, because I just feel like if I didn't know about them, I would want someone to tell me. Anyway, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know, but yeah. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.